Oi, tudo bom? Beleza? Vamos dar continuidade na quest principal de Natlan. Tá ali. Que é a quest principal. Vamos lá. Tem mais uns dias para concluir a quest. Para ganhar as gemas, então vamos aí.
I'm sorry to put this on you, Kanich. It's just that you're probably the only person who knows how to deal with her.
E os personagens estão sem voz porque os dubladores lá nos Estados Unidos estão em greve.
Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the
Só
plan?
alguns que têm a voz.
Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your side is perhaps the best solace when facing such a bleak reality.
Seat Lolly knows him too?
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange bunch to most. I've never met Auroran, but if they consider him the odd one, he's got to be pretty far out there.
Huh. Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Seat Lolly could be the first one to...
Huh, so if I'm following, you mean we'll help her investigate Auroran and the captain's whereabouts?
Yeah! Plus, we kinda owe her one anyway to make up for...
Ah, this is a pretty well thought out plan. As expected of Molly Poke Kanich. Then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to you. Let's hope Seat Lolly can meet at the stadium. Okay, then let's part ways for now. I'll see you in a couple of days.
Espere até amanhã. É certo, né? Pera aí. De direito. Espere até amanhã do dia depois de amanhã. Tá. Não, tinha lido certo. Amanhã. Depois de amanhã. Amanhã.
Oh, it's time to meet up with Shilonen. Let's ask her how things have been going.
Is this really necessary?
Hey, Shilonen, how's everything going?
Oh, hi, Traveler and Paimon. I have, bad news. Seat Lolly did not reply to our request.
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kanichi a response? Guess she really does have quite the ego then.
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though she's one of the most gifted people around. Even the Masters of the Night Wind often struggle to work with her. But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to talk to her in person, we can...
That's true. Let's go!
There is...
Paimon doesn't see anybody.
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under no obligation to help.
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right? Shouldn't the subject always answer the...
A subject? Well, if you ask me, I'd say we're all... Yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of The only thing is that she often has very high expectations.
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth and easy to get along. Unlike that old hag Granny Eatstily, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous? You all talk about her like she's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even bother to reply to our letter! Seriously, if that's what aging does to you, Paimon never wants to get old.
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
Huh? Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right? Come on, relax. I'm sure my bark's worse than my bite.
Huh? See, Lolly.
Wait, you're Seat Lolly? You're Granny Eatstily?
Yes, Granny Eatsley. But emphasis on Eatsley, not Granny. You must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns... Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick either.
Did I forget to mention, she's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young. It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
I'm sorry. So, how old are you actually?
What? How dare you? Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady her age?
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you, it's just that... your case seems really unique. Oh, Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot in her mouth. Really, Paimon just got a little mad since we thought, well...
It was my idea to invite you here, Seat Lolly. So if you're upset, you can just take it...
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply that simply said, "Understood." But, of course... It's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly was a bit awkward to see that everyone else had arrived. At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology. Only to hear you all talking smack about... Anyway, that's the whole story. Honestly, it's not like I owed you an explanation anyway.
What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed?
when the Masters of the Night Wind say they struggle dealing with her. I wonder if the feeling is mutual. She seems to be pretty awkward herself. Everything she...
Anyway, Shilonen, I heard that you require my help in crafting an ancient name.
Correct. The situation isn't like anything we've handled before.
I see. So Mauika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an Outlander. Well, that... And you've also heard all about Auroron. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition.
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Auroron back if you help us solve the problems of forging the ancient name. What do you think?
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me take a good look. Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. Yet again and again, you've braved them to find new worlds. A weary yet free soul. Even the most verdant leaf in the forest will pray for your happiness and safe passage. Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a torch above your head and walk headlong into the night. Huh? Don't move. There's something here.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the Traveler gonna be okay?
Shoo! That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body. No need to worry. I've just cleared out the last of them.
Isn't that kinda like having part of a ghost come back with you?
It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos in your mind. And generally worse.
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
It was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroron back, I'll take you to see the Lord of the Night.
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an ancient name to one who does not hail. The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom, constantly borrowing the power of the...
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes. Well, that sort of makes sense, being the Lord of the entire Night Kingdom and all.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other. But never mind. That's not important. It would take too much time to explain. Just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently in a deep slumber, and we can only communicate with its consciousness while in a trance. In other words, in a dream. But I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve the state of the trance. I'll make a...
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows all the local vendors.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with St. Lolly to track down Auroron.
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation. If you need any help...
Yep, we'll be sure to play it safe.
All right, now it's time for us to catch that brat and bring him back. I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing by Auroron's place to look for clues.
Essa personagem é bem legal.
He has always lived alone, and I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphids, which I assume is because their keeper has... And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house that did not match any of our local weapons. My guess is they were left by Snezhnayan arms.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house and took him hostage.
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids. He's only in his 20s. That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone in Natlan. In any case, we'll get to the bottom of this once we manage to get him back here. I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble with me. But please help me get him back.
You can count on us!
All right, then let's start by heading to where Auroron was seen last.
Is this really necessary?
This is the spot. An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron speaking to some Fatui soldiers here. I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroron really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get in. I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing him. Or perhaps trying to extract however, I doubt anyone would believe me, given there are no signs of a fight.
Didn't Kanich say that she's a big name in Natlan? Feels kinda weird to see her so frustrated and helpless like that.
Auroron? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant, and the people of the tribe took him in. You could say that everyone had a hand in raising. He learned a lot from us, and once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids. He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver whole bags of fresh produce to my place.
Quem que é o amigo dele?
Oh well, let's keep looking. He can answer all of our questions once we find him. He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time, and since they were disturbed, they secreted a special type of phlogiston. We can use that substance to track his movements. Let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Huh? What trail? Paimon doesn't see anything.
Oh, right. I forgot your eyes don't naturally perceive such. Here, give me your hand. How about now?
What do you see? Whoa, Paimon can see it now too!
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you.
Wow, you can even share your senses with us? First time Paimon's heard anything like that.
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch for me. Between the two of you, it seems the Traveler's sense it. When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great affinity for phlogiston. You're Anyway, we'll need to use our vision now to track down Auroron. Good luck, you two.
Over here, this way! See, Lolly might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
What was that?
Oh, Paimon was just complimenting you. Really?
What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to. Is there any other old hag who's as fluent? But is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns. Or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be, right? Don't tell me they're...
Huh? Was that Seat Lolly's voice?
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this time. Oh? They appear to be feeling quite confident. Looks like our work will go smoothly.
Hey, looks like there's a new camp over there.
Let's go take a look.
Yep. Judging by Paimon's experience as a
Wait. The phlogiston here is a bit odd. Let me see.
Paimon sees a small shape here. Could it be...
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone from our tribe would recognize it. So, we've got to find him. Fast! Leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. In other words, if they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? I can't have him caught in the crossfire. No, I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well. How annoying. No, I've got to stay calm and keep my composure.
There are traces of people staying here too.
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is jumbled up. I can also smell a mix of elements in the air. Pyro, electro, and some other elements as well.
Kanich told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more things than...
It's about time that little brat said something nice about me. There are signs of a struggle here. Judging from what's left on the scene, there must have been a fight. But after that, the factions seem to have gone their separate ways. Both the phlogiston and the elemental traces in the air support...
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking, what if Auroron wanted to leave another...
Given there are two signals leading from here, we should split up as... I'll take this direction, and leave the other one to you. Auroron, what the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but now I had to bring other people into this as well. You...
And off she goes! Traveler, did you hear all of that as well? Once Seat Lolly left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no response. So you were thinking the same thing! Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our heads. She did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. Huh, maybe we're... If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world. It paints quite a different... I can see some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything up ahead. Did you find something? Huh. So we can't tell where Aurora... That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. We can't make anything of these footprints either. But he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right? We know he...
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath the earth.
É o reino da noite. É.
I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I have no desire to hurt you. I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals with ears that perk up as soon as it senses danger in their environment. And given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, you're now in the Night Kingdom, a familiar domain to the masters of the Night Wind. Hello, traveler. I'm Auroron, the one you've been searching for. Ah, the Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui. I'm afraid you've been brought here by a lie. My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way for us to set up a meeting.
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Be careful with this traveler. His soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process. It's taking all my concentration to hold on to him.
It was I who tasked Auroron with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom. I've heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request a formal meeting with you. And I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. I believe there is little reason for you to blindly follow her plan. If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to anyone. I would like to avoid any further conflict.
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please, help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid dragging Granny into this conflict.
Ele não quer personagem se envolva? Por quê?
Hey, what happened just now? You suddenly collapsed and stopped responding.
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground? Are you okay?
See, Lolly! He froze for a moment and then just collapsed to the ground!
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere? Don't worry. We can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But had I known you were feeling unwell, I wouldn't have taken you on this trip with me.
If you're feeling sick, you should just say so. See, Lolly should be able to, exercise.
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. If you need anything, in any case, let's take a bit more time to rest now. Need to be more careful next time.
Feeling better yet, Traveler?
All right, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have a feeling that Auroron is probably being held inside.
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. Like the wind and the clouds. We either move as one or not at all, but if you want to make it up to me, then just be sure to fight extra hard when the time comes.
You really are a one-trick pony, you know.
Look over there.
Huh? I don't think she sees someone in the middle of the camp.
That's Auroron. So he really was taken by the Fatui.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
I cannot see the sun.
What?
Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light, so I must beseech you to move aside.
Huh? Okay, Mr. Philosopher. That's enough mumbo-jumbo.
Wow. I'm going to rip that guy's head
See, Lolly's struggling to control her temper now.
Are you ready? Let's go kick their butts. On my count. You're still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against.
You asked for it!
Know it! Locked up!
You can't run from death.
Drop your weapons!
Okay,
Don't be a killer.
claim these souls! Target acquired.
Which nut?
Let's move. Roasted. You need to hurry up.
Let the mighty be humble.
Auroron!
Granny!
Paimon knows she's called Granny Eats to Leave, but it's still kind of weird hearing someone actually call her Granny.
And greetings to you too, Gramps.
What did you just call him?
Gramps? Is that not right? You're Granny's friend, are you not? You seem to be approximately the same age as her, so I figured...
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You can't...
Oh, wait. He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one of those people who look like an adult but are actually only 8 or 9 years old.
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorned vine. Given how hard those thorns are to remove, I may
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just, Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. And since the Masters of the Night Wind raised me collectively, I basically see every... Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going to be your senior.
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you from a scolding, Auroron? Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid?
Be wary of beasts prowling around, scammers looking for their next victim, and...
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. I always knew that living on your own was going to get you into trouble sooner or later. You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just lucky we got here when we did. Or we might be...
I'm sorry, Granny. I'll be more careful next...
Next time? Oh, good one. You think... They didn't hurt you.
No, they just asked me a lot of questions about Natlan's terrain and made me draw a map of the ley line distribution.
Okay. Now answer me honestly. Were you...
Yes.
So why did you do it?
Because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and they'd already figured out a way to make you do their bidding.
Hey! I'm no ordinary Granny. Would they really dare to come after me? And you! Did the gods give you a brain just for you? Thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the Masters of the Night Wind. And didn't even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality, there is still no need to preemptively panic.
I'm sorry.
Forget it. We can submit the details of this camp and the defeated Fatui as evidence of your innocence. Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Auroron, you better remember this lesson well and serious-
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my homegrown-
Your vegetables?
Yes. I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden.
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. If you-
Recite the 3 warnings.
Huh? No! You should emphasize that you were not in cahoots with-
How exactly did the Masters raise this guy?
Oh, right.
Stop right there!
I see. So Auroron came to the captain's rescue because he promised to help him in exchange for Ziedrick.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Now that you know Auroron was only trying to protect another member of his tribe, could I-
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know once she's reached a decision.
Will I need to stay here?
Technically, yes. But if Miss Ziedrick is willing to serve as your guarantor,
Sure. I'd be happy to do that. I don't have any-
Understood. Thank you very much. Mr. Auroron!
I understand. Thank you. And thank you too, Granny.
Well, at least you won't need to hide your face anymore.
Traveler, Paimon, Thank you very much for your help. And once Auroron is settled, I'll go talk to Shilonen and get started on forging an ancient name for you.
Oh, thank you!
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's as good as done. You can just go twiddle your come with me, Auroron. We've got to find you.
Goodbye, Gramps.
Cara, esse cara é maquiavélico, mano.
We're finally
Gostei
done.
dele também.
Alright, it's time to find some grub. Huh? What is it, traveler? What? That captain? Sorry. Paimon just didn't see that coming. So you really saw him in the Night Kingdom? Oh, that Auroron. What is he up to? He sounded earnest enough just now. Paimon would have all that stuff about protecting Seat Lally and being forced to help the Fatui when he's actually been a willing accomplice all along. Yeah, you're right. Still, Paimon appreciates you telling her about this. Paimon will support your choice no matter what. We still have another whole day before the meeting, so we'll just meet with...
Final warning!
Até às 8 do dia seguinte.
Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm.
Okay. Really necessary?
Weird. Paimon doesn't see anyone. What was that?
Good evening. Nice to see you again.
It's you. You shouldn't pop up from behind people like that.
I'm terribly sorry. It's just a force of habit.
Ugh. And what's with you apologizing all the time? You sound so polite and honest, but you're actually doing shit.
You're right. Granny tells me that too. Huh. Come to think of it, you remind me of her.
Oh, so you're gonna call Paimon Granny too? And
Well, I could. It's all clear. Over to you.
Excellent. The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about your character. Yet, there's been a lot of talk about you. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks. Rather than facing you as an enemy, I would much prefer to bring you to my side. If we allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash, and that's a scenario that I'd very much like to avoid. I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords with my colleagues many times, I know that you are by no means an unreasonable person. And once you've learned the truth that the Pyro-Archon Malwika would never willingly share with you, you may just find it in your heart to consider my proposal.
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro-Archon's plan. In order to defeat the Abyss and save Natlan, she still needs 2 more heroes to appear.
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind. Guess that's not important now.
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. Will the heroes really appear? And even if they come to her, will their power be enough to drive? If any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan, even all of Teyvat, will... Now, you may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available to her. But what if I told you she's had another emergency plan all along, the details of which she has chosen to keep hidden from you?
An emergency plan?
Yes. A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan fails. But given the painful cost of its execution, she has chosen to keep it as a mere backup plan. Whether this stems from hesitation, fear, or even naivete, I cannot say. But Natlan cannot afford to... My fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face until it is too late. There will be no time left to execute the backup plan, and all of Natlan will be lost to the Abyss. We have to make the decision for her, here and now.
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this? Just telling us a bunch of scary stuff isn't enough. Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa's plan?
I knew you'd be clever enough to see. That's right. I did not seek the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa. Since I was defeated in battle, I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, my desire to save Natlan remains unchanged. And now, I have found a new way to solve the crisis. We can implement it immediately if we reach an agreement.
Someone's here.
Huh? The captain disappeared!
Something is rapidly approaching. Oh no.
Something? Bad news, chump! It's your granny!
See, Lolly? When did you get here?
I knew something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial tools, an unconscious traveler. I must say, I'm very curious about what you're up to. How dare you go behind our backs like this, Auroron? Colluding with the Fatui? Really? Oh, here we go again. Cat got your tongue, huh? You really...
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Oh, and now you're talking back. Well, go on then.
I'm sorry, Granny. I feel so guilty.
You! That's it! Where are my tools? I swear if I don't teach you a lesson right here and now...
Wait, see, Lolly! Please, calm down. We, still learned a lot of info, didn't we? Like the fact, so maybe just save the scolding for later, okay?
Listen well, Auroron. You're only getting out of this now You're right, Traveler. Let's go. We can discuss this more back in the city.
Points for agility.
In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so much grief. Do you seriously not Why did you help the captain? No answer? Think you're being smart? Then let me ask a Really? Just use your brain for a second. What do you possibly stand to gain by helping? You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now? If you're worried about something, just talk to me.
Why is he staring at us all of us?
I'm sorry that you have to hear all this. Indeed. It's like going to visit a friend at his house, only to suddenly hear your friend berate.
Well, that's an oddly specific analogy. Wait, did one of your friends really do that?
Yes. And every time my friend scolded his Saurians, they would look at me the same way you're looking at me now. Helpless and embarrassed.
Wait, but you're the one getting your head chewed off. Stop me!
Indeed. You've got a point. Then please just hang in there for a little while.
Oh? You dare gossip between yourselves instead of listening?
Sorry, Granny.
Sorry, Granny. Sorry, Granny. You know what? Fine. I'm perfectly aware that everything I say goes in. You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well, if that's how you're going to treat me, you can stop sending Aoife over to my place to deliver your stupid vegetables. I don't...
Who's Aoife? A delivery person?
That's irrelevant. The point is, he hangs out with this kid, so he must be no good. You kids get to a certain age and suddenly act like you know it all. There's nothing I can say to get through to you.
Tem amigo dele, Aoife.
Auroron, if you're still thinking about that so-called duty, then please, just forget about it. The ley lines did not fall to this state because of you. And we've long closed the book on that incident.
Seems they've started talking about some kind of tribal history.
That's not it, Granny. I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time. All I can say is I'm sorry.
His voice. Auroron! Where have you gone?
It sounds like he's somewhere super far away, but isn't he right here in front of us?
I'm really sorry. It's up to all of us to do everything we can to save Natlan. So I've got to go.
Get back here this instant! Auroron! What is this? Powder from...
What just happened? How was he able to suddenly get so far away like that?
It's a trick of his. If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be manipulated to create an illusion. He pulled it off flawlessly. He must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Don't tell me that's how he's been hunting in the fields these days. Little brat. That's it. The next time we meet...
Whoa, that's a little extreme. But still, why does he feel like he needs to run from us?
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. But even if you'd been able to hear them out, there's no guarantee you would have gained anything substantial. Auroron probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of him sooner or later. We've got quite a long walk back to the city. Let's take our... Do you two have some time? Feeling
Oh, right. It's been a while since we last ate. Now that we can relax,
then let's go. We can find somewhere to sit down and talk. Food and drinks are on me.
Really? You're not... that's right. See, Lolly has gotten a lot quieter since... he's right. We're seasoned adventurers, so we're...
Hey, come on now. You won't even let me take you out for some...
Are you sure? We can save you some...
Mora is the least of my concerns. Besides, we're definitely due a meal after all the time we...
Sure, that's fine with us, but... Paimon doesn't want you to...
Don't worry. I'm sure a juicy grilled...
Is this really necessary?
What are you looking at?
Do you see two people standing by the door? They look like spitting images of each other.
But Paimon only see...
Huh? How could that be? I guess my mind is...
Do you think she's drunk?
There you go, miss. Oh my, it's not every day you get to see Granny Itzley here with some friends.
Oh, so you've heard of us?
Of course I have. Aren't you the ones who saved Kachina and brought her back? No wonder you hit it off with Granny Ziedrick. She wouldn't
Wait, so you call her Granny T...
Well, given our ages, it'd probably be more accurate for me to call her my great-great-granny.
Huh? Gossiping?
Oh, please, Granny, I wouldn't dare. I'm just beyond happy to see you bring over some new friends. After all, any friends of our...
All right, that's enough. Go on now. I'm sure the other customers would like to talk to you as well. There's no need...
Well then.
Ziedrick? Ziedrick?
Who's that? You got some
Are you still with us, Ziedrick?
You chumps come around here, picking fights with me? Well, you know what happens next. You lose, and then run off home to tell everyone about how I'm this big scary bully. I mean, come on. Monster? Me? Really?
Granny Ziedrick, you're not a monster at all.
Exactly! And while we're at it, I'm not some lazy slacker either. Between meditate... oh yeah. And I have to mentor all the new kids. Hey, new kid. Yeah, you. Don't play dumb. Didn't I teach you how to find phlogiston? You see? I know my stuff. That's more like it. About dang time someone showed me a little respect. Yeah, Granny's a hard worker, all right. You can always rely on old Granny.
Did she just fall asleep with her eyes open?
Behind this pitch-black curtain, a chapter of hatred reveals itself. Behind the smoke, the lingering smoke.
She's meditating again. She does this whenever she's had a few too many drinks. Her mind's actually racing at this point.
Is this another specialty of them?
No, I'd say it's an ability that's unique to Ziedrick herself. While she can easily pick up everyone else.
Warning, warning. Red, red, the color of danger, has now arisen within that pair of eyes. Huh? Traveler? Paimon?
What's wrong?
I'm gonna hurl.
Hang on, just...
Phew. Okay, it's passed.
You had Paimon worried. Paimon really thought you were about to barf all over the table just...
How embarrassing. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. That's never happened before, I swear.
Are you feeling okay? Wanna take a quick walk and get some...
There's so much that I want to say.
Why not? Of course you can. Just say whatever's on your mind.
Please, Paimon. It's not as simple as you think. We've only known each other for a few days, right? What would you think?
Oh, Paimon gets it. You're hoping that we wouldn't think less of you no matter what you're about to say.
No, that wasn't my point at all. Seriously, don't you youngsters know anything about shame? I'm talking about shame. I've lived all...
Actually...
Huh? Tell me...
Yeah, this is...
So... you heard...
It's okay, Sweet Lolly. You had every right to
I can't take it anymore! Hearing me mumble under my breath is one thing, but hearing what I mumble, it's just like when you're rolling on the floor in your pajamas, but you forget to lock the door, and someone bursts in to deliver cabbages and sees the whole...
So that,
It happens to people in general, okay? Doesn't matter if you're 200 years old or 1,000 years old. Everyone rolls around in their pajamas Take a walk with me.
Looks like she's completely given up. Like those criminals who just confess everything and accept their fate.
Well, great view, right?
Wow, it's beautiful!
You're making...
Oh no, what do we do?
I was an expression, okay? A figure of speech. I'm just... Let's just have a casual conversation.
Really? You don't seem like the kind...
Well, I guess I used to be more of... And you're right. I don't usually... Oh, I'm just an eccentric old hag to them. That story's been passed...
But you're just a regular person.
The kids of my tribe would have a heart attack if they heard you say that. Granny Eatsley is a...
Well, you are powerful.
Some are. Others are mad I always come out on top. A few What about you?
We don't find you scary at all.
Huh. That's because you're not from my tribe. You don't know how many delusions of grandeur I've destroyed. I make people realize that no matter how hard they work... Oh, not to brag or anything. Maybe it's hard to believe. Just...
We believe you. Shilonen has full faith in your abilities, and Auroran didn't seem scared of you. He thinks of you as his granny, right?
Yes, but Auroran... Mawika already told you about her plan. And you've given so much help to... Auroran's not like other people. As I mentioned, he was abandoned as a child. The reason being, his soul is incomplete. The Masters of the Nightwind view this as a bad omen. No one knows who his parents were. He was just left on a rock in the wilderness. It's a miracle. The Masters of the Nightwind believe they can see human souls. And in Auroron's incomplete soul, they saw a possibility to turn Auroron into a vessel for lost souls. The ceremony would allow lost souls to gather within him. Auroron would then be sent to the Night Kingdom to return the souls to their rightful place.
Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Now, you see the problem. When damage occurs to the Night Kingdom, the souls held within disperse and remain adrift, unable to find a way back to the ley lines. The ceremony can send back countless souls at once, which would benefit the Night Kingdom and the souls themselves. I wasn't surprised the chief at the time came up with the plan. The ley lines were already in a terrible state. When the chief asked for my opinion, I didn't give my approval, but I didn't object either. Pathetic, isn't it? By not objecting, I basically gave them the go-ahead. Maybe, of course, in my tribe, death is rarely something to fear. But what kind of message would we be sending by sentencing a newborn to death? By using a... It's not right. So, when I learned the ceremony had failed, the plan was never a secret. Or, I guess I should say, there was no point to keeping it. Everyone thought he would be happy he survived. And he never really said anything to the contrary. He asks this question. Would Natlan have been...
Wait, what?
He knows that, but he still feels guilty. Auroron has a strong ability to perceive souls. More than... Maybe he chose to work with the Fatui because he still thinks he owes a debt to Natlan.
Traveler, didn't the captain say he found a way to solve the crisis? Maybe that's what brought Auroron in. Anyway, we can't just let things go on like this. We have to convince him to come back! You don't look so good, Sweet Lolly. Maybe...
Probably drank too much. Okay. Forget that. You've helped me
Hey, we're friends, aren't we? Besides, you already said you owe us a favor, so you don't need to worry about us.
Good point. Well, I'll go home and get some sleep. Friends. I like the sound of that.
Auroron's probably back with the captain, don't you think? You mean about the backup plan? Do you really believe what the captain told us? Yeah, you're right. We should just... But she's probably asleep. We can find her first thing in the morning. Outside. Paimon still half asleep. Well, guess we should see what's going on.
O que aconteceu? Deu ruim, deu ruim.
You're already here.
Wow, you're up early. That's impressive. Especially...
Let's not bring up last night. I'm embarrassed. Anyway, I was also woken up by the commotion. Looks like I heard many areas have been attacked by the Abyss.
The Abyss attacked again? Are you sure you can handle it on your own? Do you...
I'll be fine. We also have the support of the warriors stationed at the various outposts. The stadium could always use more manpower, so you should join the forces. I'm done making excuses for him. He's not a child anymore. I was the one who vouched for him, so I need to report back to the Speaker's Chamber. But I should be able to convince them to let me go back to my tribe first to deal with the... As for the ancient name, once we handle this crisis, I'll talk to Shilonen right away. Don't worry. I never forget a promise to a friend. Thank you. All right.
She left in a hurry. Oh, looks like a lot of people are heading...
Traveler, over here! Oh, perfect. Our star Outlander has appeared.
Oh, you're all here! But, what's with the whole stuff?
Just my way of saying how awesome you are. We've got a real emergency on our hands, so this is the perfect time.
Alright, but can we get a quick rundown of the situation first?
The Abyss suddenly attacked the Collective of Plenty, the Masters of the Nightwind, the Children of Echoes, and a number of our camp...
Yes, and the attacks are increasing in frequency.
The tribes have plenty of defenses, so they're safe for now. But I can't say the same for the adventurer. Chaska and I have been searching for survivors and treating the wounded. We just got back, but we need to head out again soon.
I plan on heading back to the Collective of Plenty, just in case my tribe needs me.
What about you, Mualani? Where are you gonna go?
I'll go help the Children of Echoes. They're the closest, so I can start fighting right away. What about you guys? We could go together. Yeah, that does sound important. No worry. Who knows? Maybe yours truly will have the Abyss on the run by the time you're finished.
That would be pretty great, actually. I hope my tribe gets through okay.
It'll be fine. Your tribe doesn't do all that bodybuilding for nothing.
Bodybuilding.
Let's part ways here for now. And most importantly...
Oh, and some of us need to avoid getting contaminated by dangerous-looking substances.
Koichi, do we really have to do this now?
It's alright. Alright, let's hurry up and talk to the Pyro Archon.
Peraí, rápido.
Here's how I allocate my energy on a job. 70% goes to investigating, 10% to making a final decision, and the remainder for execution.
Voltei.
Oh, it's you two. As you can see, things are not looking... Look, I'm very interested in your recent adventures, but this is not a good time.
That's alright, we're also in a hurry. We're gonna go help the Children of Echoes after this.
What? So he thinks my plan is too risky. He thinks I'm being stubborn. I shouldn't underestimate the Fatui's ability to gather intelligence. The Gnosis does have that function. But I will answer you honestly, but you must help me keep this a secret. I can use the power of the Gnosis to save Natlan, but it comes at a heavy price. The Gnosis would drain all the souls and memories from the Night Kingdom and weave them into a giant net, which would surround the ley lines and protect them against abyssal corrosion.
Wait, you can use souls to weave a net?
Yes. It means sacrificing those souls in the process. Souls are just another form of life. The cruelty of this method... The Night Kingdom not only houses the souls of the dead, but also our memories and legends. Using the Gnosis means converting all three into material for the net, erasing our history and culture. Even then, the net can still become corroded. If we cannot find a way to repair the given the enormity of the price, it's a solution I refuse to consider right now. I want us to win, but I know it's true. Both plans come at a risk. But after weighing our options, this is our best bet. Natlan is unique among the nations of Teyvat. Given the ever-looming threat of the Abyss, having a contingency plan is our duty. Not just to the people of Natlan, but to all who live on this continent. Still, this has always been a well-kept secret. I'm very
Oh, one more thing? The captain said he found another way to solve the problem.
Without the Gnosis, he should have no other option. But I see no reason for him to lie. Seems like our only path forward is to track him down, so he can answer that question for... Judging by your expression, you must have doubted me, even if just for a second.
Not even a little! We would never... Wait, what are you talking about, Traveler?
Just as expected. Maybe it was out of caution, anxiety, or simple curiosity, but know this. So now that you have your answer, do you still doubt me?
You scared Paimon. You've really got a lot of guts, Trap.
That's a good thing. Oh, and feel free to call me Mawika. It's what all my friends... As for the captain, the intelligence officers we assigned to the Fatui should be back...
That's great! Sounds like we just have to wait a little longer.
Not just yet. Even though the Abyss is attacking several locations at once, I'm confident though... Don't worry. I just need to finish coordinating our available manpower...
Wait, you're going to fight in person? Didn't you give up your power?
That's true. I'm far less powerful than a god in my current state. But don't forget, I was an experienced and powerful... No matter how you look at it, my duty is on the front lines. I just think there's strength in numbers. Anyway, even if we respond to these threats in time, I've considered moving my people to other nations, but given their close connection to the Night Kingdom, a forced evacuation, I've told the chiefs of each tribe to strengthen their defenses and advise people against leaving their settlements. Now, I just need to find the right time to disclose the true nature of the crisis.
Paimon's a little worried about how people will react.
Yes, but that won't be the only response.
Alright, we should head out. Maybe we can join up with Milani. She keeps...
No need to worry about me.
Is this really necessary?
Quick, over here! To safety! Kachina, how many people do you...
What's the situation?
There's a trapped caravan that needs our help. We need to rescue them as soon as... We'll go together. Stay safe.
tá.
We've got this.
Entendi.
Let the mountain flames boil! Right here! Get back!
I really thought I was done for. I can't thank you enough.
Don't worry about it. We're just glad you're okay. Let's see. Your goods look fine too. Guess the abyss.
That should be the last abyssal pylon near the. By the way, where's Ziedrick? I thought she would come with you.
The Masters of the Nightwind also got attacked, so she went back to help her tribe.
Yeah, that makes sense. The attack. All right, this isn't a good place to talk.
Okay.
Looks like a few people were hurt after all.
The abyss threw a lot at us at once. I rushed out. Before long, Kachina brought over a whole group of warriors, and just like that. You mean the situation in the Night Kingdom, right? Yeah, I feel the same way. We've managed to keep it a secret. It's impossible not to feel anxious when things are getting worse by this.
That just means we need to buy the Pyro Archon more time.
You really are an eternal optimist, Mualani.
Why, thank you. I guess it's one of my better qualities.
So, specifics aside, the Pyro Archon confirmed the.
And somehow the captain finds out about it, goes to fight the Pyro Archon, and honestly, if he has the same information as.
We talked to Moika before we left the stadium. According to her, the cost of... And, well, it makes sense. If that was truly the better choice...
Yeah, I trust the Pyro Archon. When I was upset about Plus, she burned down all those precious mementos for Kachina. She's already proved when it comes to Natlan's survival, there's no way
I agree. Maybe the captain weighed the costs and came to his own conclusion, but I'm sure we have different priorities. Life is important, but so are history and memory.
As the Archon, she can't tell us everything, but it seemed like she wasn't holding any...
The next question is, if the captain found a new way to save Natlan...
this is all super...
We still don't have enough information. Once we figure out what the Fatui...
Let's head back then. Moika set her intelligence up. With how many Fatui there are, someone's bound to give something away.
Sounds good. I have a few theories of my own, with a bit more...
I was just about to ask. If I was just a bit faster, we could have prevented a few people from getting hurt.
Register? Nah. I'll just follow you around. You know, go where you go. You got it. I just don't...
Alright. See you all later. Let's get together and celebrate once this is over.
Oh, you betcha!
Vou terminar mais esses diálogos aí. Vou concluir essa primeira parte. Hein?
you okay, Koichi?
I'm fine. No need to worry.
They ran into the Fatui while out on a mission and decided to follow.
The Fatui?
Calm down and let me explain. Here's what happened. Watch out. It's the Fatui.
Were they attacked by the Abyss? No, wait. It looks like they're protecting a group of travelers. Over there.
You're right. That's a traveling group from Natlan. Let's keep observing for now.
We're glad you're okay. Given the appearance of abyss monsters all over Natlan, you should cancel your journey and seek shelter at the stadium or one of the tribes.
Thank you so much. I wish there was something we could give you.
We don't expect anything in return. We were out on a mission and saw you being attacked. It was our decision to help. If you truly wish to repay the favor, you can keep this a secret. If anyone asks, just say you were saved by
Oh, okay. We can do that.
We're not asking you to cover up our activities. We haven't done anything illegal. Our captain simply wishes to... Nonetheless, the decision remains yours. If we wanted to...
Got it. We'll get going.
Did you hear that? They mentioned a captain. Isn't that who the Pyro Archon is looking for?
Exactly. We could be onto something big. Still, there was no trade. They were just helping people in need. I didn't believe the captain when he said he wanted to save Natlan. But based on what we just saw...
Maybe we've been wrong about the Fatui.
It's too early to say. Let's follow them and see what's really...
So this is where they were headed. Looks tricky. It's heavily guarded on all sides.
Koichi, wait for me here. I'll go in and check it out.
Oh, no you don't. How are you planning to get through all the guards?
Look, I can use this terrain to my advantage. With our tribe's special way of getting around,
We still can't see anything on the inside. What if you can't find cover? You won't have any—
The more heavily guarded the location, the more valuable the secrets. Even if the captain is— that intel is worth the risk.
Fine. You're not gonna listen to me anyway, so let me come with—
That's even more risky. You've been running around saving people for days. I'm confident I can protect myself. I'm not sure you can—
I can.
You really believe that?
Fine, don't believe me. But you can't honestly tell me infiltrating a heavily guarded Fatui— You know, growing up, even if I insisted on doing something, it never gave you any—
All right. If we start arguing, this will never end.
Guess that means I win. Don't worry, you're not the—
All right. Same plan as usual. We split up, communicate with hand signals. Make sure our blind spots— Got your ropes?
Yeah, let's go.
The Fatui have eyes all over this place. I should wait. Now. Not sure how many chances I'm gonna get. I need to act. Good. I made it without getting caught. I should get to that platform over there. But it's guarded by the Fatui. Koichi should have line of sight. I'll wait for her signal. That's it. Now's my chance.
It's no use staying in one place. I should keep moving. Looks like Chaska is helping me by keeping an eye on the Fatui movements. I'll wait for her signal. Time to move. Whew. That was close. Almost got caught. Probably can't make it over in one go. I'll wait for my next chance. Now's my chance. Let's see. The Fatui's occupying all the best locations. If we could just get past them somehow. Wait, I've got it!
Huh? What's that noise? Did something explode?
Oh! What the heck is that? What do you think you're doing? I could ask you the same thing!
Good, they're arguing. Looks like they just needed an excuse. The people on the hill over there left to help their comrades. Come get me, Chaska. I hope she gets this hand signal.
That's Koichi's signal. Give me your hand, quick.
Coming! I checked, and this way is completely clear. It should lead us to the deepest part of this. Well, I was pretty helpful, right? You know, everyone usually jumps at the chance to work with me. No.
I was wrong, Koichi.
Wait, you're just gonna admit it?
Let's focus on the task at hand. We're in the heart of enemy territory.
All right. If you're not gonna take the bait, looks like the Fatui are here to dig something up. I'm surprised they mobilized this many people. I doubt it's
It seems like they're looking for a dragon relic called the Source Mechanism. The device is ancient. Barely any information survives to this day. And even people from...
Not bad. Looks like it's in good shape. Took us long enough. Come on.
Back? Back where? Should we keep...
You really want to keep going?
Of course. We make a good team, don't you think?
What was that sound?
Uh-oh. We've been spotted.
Falling rock incoming! Watch out for your gadget!
What? You're...
Once we got them off our tail, we went back to observe some more. They'd collected... It looked like they were waiting, though. So we decided to come back.
So, Koichi got injured trying to get them...
She pushed herself too hard and collapsed on the way back to the stadium.
Well, I didn't cause you any trouble while we were fighting, right?
You've done very well. I could make a comment on knowing your limit.
I know. I'm already reflecting on my actions.
So, our current intel suggests the Fatui is after the Source Mechanism. The device is a complete mystery. even to us.
I have no idea. But it's safe to assume the device could serve a Shilonen, I need you to gather every scholar in Natlan familiar.
I'll get right up.
Thank you both for your hard work. Koichi, it's time for you to get some rest. I've prepared a small gift of my own as a token of gratitude.
My patience. That's so nice of them.
You don't need to give us anything, Archon. We were just doing our duty for Natlan.
Well, if Koichi doesn't want her favorite Saurus crackers...
I accept.
What am I gonna do?
There's some for the rest of you as well. They're one of my favorites too, so I'll start investigating the source mechanism right away. If I learn...
Yummy snacks!
Is this really necessary?
What's next for you two?
I'm taking Koichi home, with our parents there to keep an eye on her. I can—
Hey, it's not like I'm some kind of prisoner.
That's what you always say. Everything's no big What if the Abyss attacks again? You're saying if I let you rest in a hotel...
I won't. Triple promise I won't.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, on the off chance something like that, but I'm a doctor. I have a duty to help people in need, no matter how hard or tiring the work gets. I guess you're right.
This reminds Paimon of when we first met. Except you were the—
I'd do the same for anyone trying to put their life in danger. As a doctor...
Then try to see things from my perspective. You clearly want to protect your patients.
The two of you are the same, you know?
I disagree. I understand the—
Who wants to be like her? Overconfident,
That's just not true.
You think I don't have—
Okay, don't get into another fight. Just pretend—
Don't worry, Paimon. You didn't do anything wrong. Arguing is just—
Plus, I guess we are similar in some— We're family. I can't help it if my older sister is a bad influence.
Okay, you don't have to put it that way.
So, you're all good now?
Neither of us are really the type to back down. So we'll always have—
Plus, I know you'll wake up one day and realize
Be my guest. Come on. See you later, Traveler and Paimon.
There's no rush. At least grab a nice meal with your family.
Bye, you two.
Those two will probably make up for real at some point. Well, we've learned a lot. Let's go why do you look so awkward? Oh, is there something—
Okay, I won't beat around the bush. Oh, and I'm sorry for interrupting your rest.
Awesome! Just give us your—
Hey, friends don't order each other around. I'm just here to share some news. Remember what we—
Oh yeah, you mentioned how Auroron has always wanted to save Natlan. Paimon and the Traveler discussed it after you left, and we think Auroron is probably—
I agree with your hypothesis. And Auroron came back. He helped the Masters of the Nightwind defend our camp.
What? He came back?
I told him to give up whatever he's doing, but he refused. He said they're just Apparently, he came back to fulfill his duty to our tribe. When he left, he said it was because he's still—
I'm unsurprised you let him go at all.
I had to prioritize my tribe. Besides, the situation was intense. I couldn't focus on outside and inside threats at the same time. Plus, he was on guard. He knew I would try to go after him, so he made sure to keep his distance. All these years of calling me Granny.
Don't say that! Your tribe all raised him together, right?
You're right. Seeing him come back reminded me of when he was little. Running around. He's not only a child of the Masters of the Nightwind, but a child of Natlan. Besides, Auroron is my apprentice. He might have a few tricks.
Wait, what are you saying?
Look. Remember how I said Auroron's soul is fragmented? This is the talisman I created to keep it stable. And this gem is what makes the talisman work. It just so happens that Auroron is due for a gem replacement. Since I can't get close to him, I put the new gem in. You guys know Aoife, right? No? Well, he's a pretty famous vet around these parts. He's always bringing me all sorts of things, and Aoife doesn't know what's going on, so he agreed, no questions asked. Auroron would find the gem as soon as he opened the bag. He probably suspected that I tampered with it. But here's the catch. The trick is on the bag. The moment he touched it...
That's amazing. You can do something like that?
Most people can't. But I can. That trick he used to bring you to the Night Kingdom isn't anything special, by the way. My technique is...
So in other words, we have a whole backup of Auroron's memory.
The kid thinks he can take me on? Like I wasn't the one who taught him everything he knows?
That's amazing, Seat Lolly. Let's take a look right away.
Once we get to the bottom of this, we can finally track him down. I know he thinks of me as his grandma, but do you think he'll get mad at me?
That's a tough question. Paimon doesn't have a grandma, so she's not the best person to ask.
To be honest, I've always doubted my ability to look after him. But if I stop here, it will haunt me until I'm 500 years old. Every night I'll wake up in a fit of anger. Yeah, you're right. First anger, then
You're just making it worse, Traveler!
I need to look at his memory. Even I don't care, and I won't blame him. A family does...
You sure you'll be okay? We can...
Did you just say... you'll come...
Is that okay? We have a pretty good reason to see it too, don't we? Because...
Fine. You can come.
Don't worry, we're professional adventurers!
Then I place my trust. Alright, time to sneak into someone else's memory and you heard it here first. Are you ready?
Manda bala. Rapaz, quanta história.
Look how good you're doing. You'll grow into nice big radishes in the future. And you? Aoife says you're taking up too much space, but I think you're a good tree. What do you think?
Hey! How's it going, Auroron?
Good. How are you, Uncle Okanbi?
Can't complain. What you up to? Naming your vegetables again?
No, just some idle conversation.
Sounds fascinating. What?
They told me you were coming and that you would take some produce with you.
Only if you're offering. By the way, I ran into Aoife yesterday. He told me Chaska's fostering a saurian at his place. Said the thing trampled over a part of your...
No, don't worry. I'll find a way for him to make it up to me. I've already wrapped your share of the produce. Here you go.
You really knew I was coming. That's...
Light up the smoke and you can see the path through the shadows. That's what everyone says.
Hey, have you seen that strange group of people that just appeared out of nowhere?
Appeared out of nowhere? I don't think so.
It's the Fatui. Their leader seems like a big deal. He didn't bring many men with him, but they're all elite warriors. It seems like they're looking. If you run into them, be careful.
You're from the Masters of the Nightwind, are you not? Why do you live here alone?
I enjoy living by myself out in the wild. I guess you're from the Fatui, one everyone's calling a big deal.
Not an inaccurate description. I'm looking for someone who may be known to you. Citlali is her name.
Granny? What does an Outlander want with her? I've heard the name. You have business with her?
There's no point to further questioning if you insist on hiding things from me. I shall seek answers elsewhere.
Oh, he could tell I was lying, and now he's leaving? He gave up just like that? Hey! At least tell me why you're looking for Ziedrick.
It's none of your concern. I have my own means of tracking her down.
Why are the Fatui looking for her? What does she have to do with them? I can't just let them go like this. I have to figure out what they're planning. I've just been studying the ley lines and asking for leads on Granny. I can definitely rule out some sort of invasion.
The situation has seen no true improvement. The Pyro Archon did not fulfill her promise.
My lord!
Ignore him. He is no threat.
He knows I'm following him, but he doesn't seem to care. He's strong, I can tell. But there's something unusual about him and also familiar in some way.
What is it?
My lord, I feel
a ley line disturbance. Certain presences have been forced to wander outside their rightful realm.
That was a spell from the Masters of the Nightwind. How did he know that? How did he do that so easily? Soulfaring is supposed to be extremely difficult.
I feel much better. Thank you, my lord.
Think nothing of it. Stay vigilant, and continue to gather information. The Abyss could attack at any moment. If you notice, however, there's no reason to over-engage. Information is our first priority.
Yes, sir.
Why are the Fatui fighting against the Abyss? Do they really mean us?
Ah, que da hora, o símbolo de carregamento é a pedra.
I've been following him this whole time and still they ignore me? Do they really not care? It seems like his subordinates refer to him as the captain. Never heard of him before. And now he's headed to the stadium. That's unusual. Oh,
you two, with me. Everyone else, wait here as instructed. Send word to the other—
Yes, sir!
He's going inside? But the Pyro Archon is in there.
Forgive me, my lord. Allow me to check one more time.
The time for idle observation in this nation is out of time.
Yes, sir.
He just walked straight into the stadium. What is he gonna do? They're both incredibly strong. How long will they have to fight until someone comes out on top?
Tomou couro da mavuca.
Wait, this feeling. Just like the other day near the ley lines. It's faint, like a soul's trying to escape. Where is it coming from? Is that why he's looking for Granny? If he dies here, then all clues will be lost. I can't let that—
As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled— You don't have much time. And you're injured on top of that. What do you plan—
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here, didn't you?
No need to force yourself. I've never seen anyone match the Pyro Archon in battle.
I didn't expect you to intervene at such a critical moment.
You know I've been following you. Why didn't you stop me?
When walking in the forest, it is only natural to encounter wild beasts. However, not every beast is the
And yet, one of those very beasts...
Then speak. What do you want?
I didn't save you because I wanted something. My soul is more perceptive than others. I can sense that the ley lines are extremely weak. The questions you asked her just now, well, I've had very similar doubts. So, I felt like...
So, you can tell the truth. That was quite a reckless decision to make. I'm not sure you realize...
There's no turning back for me now. What I did back there is going to get me in a lot of trouble. You attacked the Pyro Archon in broad daylight, and I used my spell to save you. A single glance was... So, we're in the same boat.
Seem to care little for my thoughts on the matter.
It's too late for that. Start from the beginning. Why are you looking for Ziedrick?
Explain your relation to her first. I know you two are acquainted.
Ziedrick is my elder and my teacher. She taught me everything I know. It's my duty to protect...
If you truly wish to protect her, you should have let me perish at the Pyro Archon's hand. Yet, you chose otherwise. Do I really need to tell you what the...
I want to do something to change Natlan for the better. Something I can accomplish with my own two hands. You're stranger than anyone I've ever met.
Strange? Ziedrick is said to be the legendary Granny Eastly, someone capable of communicating with the Wyub. And the Wyub...
Why do you need knowledge on the Night Kingdom?
That is not something you need to know.
Don't forget, I saved your life.
Do you not believe the Fatui capable of betraying a debt?
People can lie, but souls cannot. I can tell there's a weight to your soul, a sense of justice.
You may not live among your tribe, but you certainly know their tricks. I apologize for my rash judgment. Let's go. We'll see if you have what it takes to join my plan.
E dá-lhe diálogo.
I see. Interesting approach.
Worth trying, I think.
Rather than weaving a net to protect the ley lines, this method would address the root problem by reconstructing the ley lines themselves.
Tá, agora voltou. Acabou o flashback.
Traveler, Paimon. Are you...
Paimon's fine, just,
Of course. I'm so mad at him. After everything, he still can't let go of the past. For some reason, he thinks he owes something to the people who cared for him. Stubborn. Now that he's all grown up, he thinks no one can tell him what to do? He thinks he can just run away? I'll show him. If he tries to run one more time, he's got another thing coming.
Maybe stubbornness runs in the family. Like grandmother,
Is that supposed to be a compliment? That kid's got nothing on... Anyway, back to what...
Yeah, the captain seriously wants to reconstruct the... What does it even mean? Something like the loom of fate, maybe? But how does that help with the abyss?
The loom of fate?
Oh, it's kind of hard to explain. Basically, anyway... If he really wants to manipulate the ley lines, everyone in Natlan will be affected. Oh, this is...
Which means... the captain has been honest.
Why is he so obsessed with saving Natlan?
Yes, she needs to know about...
Tá, capítulo 5, ato 3 concluído. É isso. Até a próxima. Falou.